Well, it's a packed house in Ybor City right now where hundreds have shown up for a town hall meeting on health care, and a lot of them are protesters. Fox 13's Mark Wilson joins us live right now from the Children's Board in Ybor City. We hear it's standing room only, and who are these protesters, Mark?
Well, Cynthia, that's not the only key here. What's important is that this has all the makings of I don't want to use the word ugly, but a lot of people are extremely upset, and I'll tell you why. This is a crowd now. They've moved over from where we are here. This is right behind the Children's Board. We had 300 or 400 people here about 5 o'clock, about an hour before this was supposed to begin. This line stretched around the building, about 1,000 people strong. A lot of them, most of them have not been allowed in, and now many of them, I don't want to say all of them, but many of them are opposing some sort of health care reform. They are here to oppose that and send a message to U.S. Representative Castor, who is here to have this forum. Now, State Representative Betty Reed was hearing from constituents here in the area who wanted to learn a little bit more about health care reform, so she invited actually somebody who would be voting on it to come by and talk about it. That is U.S. Representative Castor. Now, what's happened in the afternoon is that while you see this room here, the room already filled up by about 5:30, 5:45. So a lot of people here, frankly, are very upset because a lot of people say they've been here since 3, 4 o'clock. They were not allowed in, and those are people at the front of the line. So there are allegations, again, unfounded. I do not have that side of the story yet. There are allegations that essentially some people are saying they were all kept out of this room, or a good bit of them. As for Representative Castor, when I spoke with her earlier in the day, here's what she said about some of those potentially here in the crowd.
It's not lost on me how badly the health insurance industry and the big drug companies do not want health reform to happen. And they will stop at nothing over the next few months to derail our needed health reform and health insurance reform efforts.
I'm angry because I've been standing here watching people come through the back door while I stand through here in the front door. And I've been told over and over again, no, you can't come in, with the door slammed in my face.
So here's where we are now live. That's Palm Avenue, and we've got a crowd of some of those who are protesting. They've decided to stick around. And now come back out. This is where the front door is, and I believe this has just started happening. So they're saying move it outside. That's what they're chanting. Again, I want to stress that I have not been able to. So I did go inside, and the two of the back doors are where we're in to try and come in. Two of the back doors there were locked, and there were some people who were saying earlier in the day that there were other people who were allowed in that back door. Again, this shows you the true passion of what's going on here in this afternoon. We understand a lot of this crowd has no interest in going home. They say that they are going to stay, and we're certainly, I promise you, going to check on these allegations to see if none of these protesters were allowed in the room intentionally. But this is a room that only holds about 250, 260 people, and from our count, from some of the offers counts alone, we've got a crowd of close to 1,000 people here, Cynthia.
Wow, yeah, I can see what you're talking about. That is maybe a little bit volatile out there, and I hear the chanting. The bottom line, to these people, they want to be heard in some way.
Yeah, this is basically a forum. Remember, we don't even really have a bill yet. We don't know about the specifics, but I think that shows you the passion. There's an awful lot of people that want to have their voice heard, and they want to use this opportunity to send that message to U.S. Representative Castor. Of course, she is the one who is going to be voting on it. And again, without knowing exactly what's going on up there, they're starting to make some noise, but they're telling us that they're not going home right now. They're going to have their voices heard in one way or another here tonight. We're
going to let you get back to find out what's going on and update us in a little bit, too. Okay, thanks so much, Mark Wilson, out there live in Ybor.